Dun 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 dun. And where is the stream? Oh, here we go. That's Seekers. Danganronpa 2 what stream? There we go. The thing's out.
Yep. I have.
How are you guys doing?
Oh,
Yep,
yep.
we go.
Stream is up.
Good.
Oh,
Ninja Boy, hi! Welcome to the stream! You're here very early today.
Led.
Oh,
You're,
hey, Bear.
You're a cat.
My what?
You're a cat.
Oh. Okay.
You really need to remember.
I
Or
mean,
just
it's
switch
not
off
that
the
big
I'm
a
here
deal.
to check. Did y'all hear the noise I made when I first joined?
No.
Unlike all of you, I actually have to change my PNG.
Well, back to the abyss with me.
Yeah. Oh, right. That reminds me. Led, have you heard of Werner?
What?
Werner.
Who?
Werner.
I have no idea what you're saying.
I assume it's something important. So yeah, by the way, Ninja was asking how you guys doing. I don't know if I'm prepared to die. With Ninja Bot's like if Ninja Bot comes up with anything on the level of what he's been going about lately. By the way, Ninja Bot, today, well, to anyone else watching, today, unlike any other day, I have done in advance prep work. As in, I basically sketched out some poses beforehand. So we're gonna see how well I can basically convert those poses into nicely done roughs. I am excited.
Yeah.
Ooh. Also, you know what? We got 2 minutes left before stream actually starts officially. I'll show you this. Nope. Wait. Not. That's the wrong one. Okay, yeah. Here, have a look at the screen. Allow me to show you.
Infinity.
My hero swimsuit's done. We now have a photography girl.
Yep.
It's granted, it's a month late because the poll closed like 36 days ago, but still, I did it. And it's not a month late because it took me a long time to draw. No, I did it all today only. It's a month late because other stuff had to happen, unfortunately.
I know it's the perspective, but it looks like she only has one boob.
Yeah. Which one?
The one on the left, obviously.
Well, yeah, that one's going that way, and the other one's pushing upwards.
I know, but I don't know why. But I think it's the shading. But
it might
looks
be the shading, maybe.
Oh.
Quite good as always. Better. Okay. By the way, are you going to work in the rest of your dialogues? I will definitely, but not now. Basically, what happens is if I manage to finish the 2 pieces I have planned, I'll start working on the rest of the dialogue. Otherwise, I'll work on the rest of the dialogue afterwards. Basically, this week I want to catch up on some other stuff I need to do, and at the start of the next month, I'll start working on the dialogue stuff. I'll put some time aside to make sketches and stuff.
Anyway.
Yeah, I just realized it took a long time, but we're now only like what is this? This is more than halfway. Is this halfway? Are we halfway
Time.
filled? No. Oh, just one more piece and we'll be 2/3 done.
So anyway,
no, you mean through the arc.
The
we have a
swimsuit arc.
murder investigation.
Oh yeah. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me start launching it. Watch stream. Pop out. Give me a second. Nope, nope. Here we go. Huzzah! I'm excited.
You know, you really ought to make that, error screen not Christmas themed.
It's only Christmas themed because that's the art I like the most.
That's fair.
Led. Also, we are still in goddamn Halloween, according to the pumpkins in the cafe.
Fair enough.
I've never updated that. That's
Well,
entirely
that
fair.
could just be a nice, calming atmosphere. Pumpkins aren't necessarily Halloween. Now, if they were carved pumpkins, then absolutely. But just having pumpkins...
I mean that,
that's
and
just
also the
art.
fact that the entire room is orange and not purple.
Okay, anyway...
Hello, MMM. Wait, hold up. What do you mean? No, I'm not looking at porn. Oh, no, that's a sketch prepared for later. Don't worry about it. Just get the festive stuff, sure. You're talking. This is the festive stuff, by the way. There's something went wrong.
And to be fair, this screen is very much Easter themed. We have a bunny, and we have a witch.
Okay, enough. So anyway, you remember where we were last time, right?
Maybe. No promises.
A little reminder of our truth bullets. We have the Monokuma file. It reveals the cause of death, but not the times of death.
Yeah. By the way, MMM, for the first time, I've actually gone ahead and I've done a basic rough in advance.
We have blood on the soles of the shoes worn by Ibuki. A rope for hanging. The motel room key found deep within Hiyoko's kimono. This scrap of thick paper we found stuck to the baton lighting. The curtain in the back of the music venue. This stepladder with blood on it. A candle used to light the video we saw. The video device smashed on the ground. The AC turned all the way up to 86 degrees. There's some smudged blood on the ground. And Mikon says that you and her were together in the morning before the announcement.
She says, yes.
So either way,
I have no clue how this was done, but the heat reminds me very much of a locked room mystery from Sherlock Holmes. I wonder if that could be something similar.
who are you talking about?
Sherlock Holmes, there was a locked room mystery where...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I gotcha. Anyway,
Okay.
you direct your gaze to the brave stature of my four dark davas of destruction. What do you think, Akane?
I don't know. No, just ... Final conversation, hi, how
Are
you
you-
doing? Welcome to the stream.
Are you okay? Are you still not feeling well?
Yeah, I don't really get it, but when I think about Nekomaru, it's like my knee starts shaking, you know?
That's weird.
It's weird, there's no way. I got that kind of weakness. I don't know what happened to my voice. It probably got away by Battle Strong Dude, but Nekomaru's not here.
Why don't you take a glass of water, Star?
Nekomaru will definitely come back.
I have water here.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Anyway, Hey, baby gangster, how you doing? Hey, Ajime, take a look at this. What?
Huh?
Look what's in front of the door. That's a drumstick, right? It looks like it's broken. What happened to it?
Like,
If something like that is in front of the door, you think it might be a really big clue, dumbass?
Oh, to block the door.
Why would this be a clue?
hey,
Do you not remember when we came through the music venue? It won't open. The only thing we can do is force our way through. So yeah, flashback.
So wait, all of that collective strength was just enough to break a drumstick.
The door's locked, and when we tried to go inside, and the four of us charged the door. But when I examined it, I found out this door doesn't have a lock at all. What?
I get it.
The door is designed to be pushed open. This is the shape of the handle. If a stick was used to bar the door here,
Huh.
well, don't you think it would lock the door and keep it from opening?
I love you explaining this like you explained this to a child.
Yeah.
It's because you
And the
are a
door-
child.
What? ASMR? You could hear that? Yeah, I was being assaulted by my water bottle.
And the star.
Yeah.
Drumsticks are surprisingly sturdy. They are laminated after all. It's
I mean,
not just a
I don't
single
know. I've
piece of
seen
wood.
plenty of videos of angry drummers breaking their drumsticks. That I could be fooled otherwise.
I mean,
Yeah, but they are supposed to survive it being hit like a fucking maniac on the
you
metal.
also have to
and
snap them
the-
at a certain angle.
Yeah.
You mean, you think this drumstick was used to lock the door? The broken drumstick on the floor in front of the door should be proof of that. Then how did the killer get out?
Huh?
What? If the music venue doesn't have windows, this door is the only entrance. If they locked the door from the inside, the killer wouldn't have been able to escape outside.
Like,
Maybe the killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue. Then they waited until we were already at the scene of the crime to join us.
I get it.
You know, don't they use that tricks all the time in mystery dramas and stuff? That's the case. There might be evidence around that. If that's the case, there might be evidence of that around here somewhere.
Damn it.
Alright, I'm definitely gonna find it. Won't let a killer get away with this. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue. Huh. It's possible, but...
I've listened to the whole story.
Who won?
Chiaki.
Yeah, sorry. I heard what you two were discussing. Chiaki. that
wait
was
a
like-
second.
Oh, that's Hajime.
No. Bomber.
Yeah, I saw it.
I think it would have a lot more weight if you read it out loud.
Star, remember, it was a gamer, a nurse, a femboy, and a Yakuza kid. Like 90% of the work was done by Fuyuhiko.
Also a fanboy. My God.
Okay,
Yeah.
Chiaki. Oh, Chiaki, that
No.
was kind of a cool entrance.
Well,
Besides the broken drumsticks, I've also discovered something interesting.
What is it?
see?
Look, there's a weird glob where the right and left door touches.
You're right. What is this? It's too firm to think it's rubber.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't look like rubber at all. But
As she said that, Chiaki bent down and scraped off the semi-transparent glob with her finger.
Oh, she's eating it. No.
No.
Why are you putting it in your mouth?
Mm. It smells like workshop chemicals.
The
Great,
stuff
we
they
can
tell you to not put in your mouth?
You know, we can add Chiaki to the great list of characters who eat things that are definitely not edible, alongside, you know, our Undertale protagonists with their odd habits of eating literal garbage. I mean, for crying out loud, you remember Deltarune and Moss, right?
Moss.
Not as actually.
I mean, to be fair,
How about
moss is edible.
How about
Yeah.
Clover with gunpowder and packing peanuts?
Listen.
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 Hold on.
I
Hold
will.
on. Ninja's right. She's a gamer. This is probably the healthiest thing she's ate in a while.
I can't argue with you there. That sounds accurate.
Workshop?
And this chewiness. I see. This thing may be a glob now, but that doesn't mean it was the glob from the start. For instance, if it was originally a liquid that hardened into this, it might be possible to apply it directly and smoothly in the gaps on the doors.
What are you talking about?
It's glue. Oh my god, why do you voice that clip?
Just as I thought. It tastes nasty.
Chiaki spat the glob off out of her mouth and left the area. Besides that bit of taste, it's okay to consider this some kind of clue, right? So that's just... We can agree that's glue, right?
Basically, it's not a drumstick. They just
Alright.
glue the door shut from the outside.
With this, we might...
Wait, actually, it could be some form of resin.
Alright, with
Listen,
this, we might...
it acted as glue.
With this, we might be close to finishing the investigation in the music venue. But I still need to talk to Mikan. I need to make sure that the autopsy results from her. Okay, have you found out anything by now?
To tell you the truth, it's been like very inconclusive.
You've got it wrong!
It's not my fault. The music venue is just too hot. Because of the heat, icon has been a time of death. You're uncomfortable?
Because of the heat? Is it possible?
If the body is so exposed to heat, you won't be able to determine a precise time of death.
Ah, so that must have been the killer's goal. To cover up the time of death by using the heater to make the inside of the music venue hot. But that's weird.
But
Even if the heat is the killer's doing, is there any reason for him to cover the time of death? Yeah, alibis.
I agree. As long as I saw it, it should be clear what order the murders occurred. First was Ibuki, then Hiyoko.
And as long as as long as there's an imitation murder, there shouldn't be any mistakes about the order of the murders. Imitation murder.
An imitation murder?
huh?
Oh, you don't know, Hajime. I thought everyone already knew.
See?
Another legendary murderer.
It's a murder where the killer uses a creative work, like a song or a film, as an outline for their killings.
Oh, so just like what Cobalt mentioned, Sherlock Holmes.
Well, it was different. It's so common in detective novels, mangas, video games that you start to get annoyed by it.
How would imitation murder be related to this murder?
Based on the killing order and the way they were killed, it's clearly an imitation of that movie.
That movie?
Good instinct.
The assumption is an imitation murder is the reason why the killer killed 2 people.
The goal was an imitation killer. Even so, why did they feel the need to do something like that?
To hide something.
Do you have a minute?
Excuse me, if this is really an imitation of that movie, then it is possible that one more person might be killed.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
It is certainly conceivable, if the killer wishes to complete the imitation.
I
Like,
love
hold on a sec!
everyone knows this movie except him.
What are you talking about, an imitation murder? One more person might be killed? Are you guys worried that there's gonna be another victim? Then no worries! Things would get out of hand too fast if a bunch of people could be killed at once. I'm real cautious fella, so I prepared a perfect countermeasure. Ahem. On this killing school trip, the same Blacken can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
Huh?
You mean you added another rule?
Yep.
Well, if killing everyone at once is okay, the Blacken could just be able to secure an easy victory, right? This new rule will prevent that. Make sure to slam it into your tiny brains. There is a maximum of 2 people. Then there will not be any more killings.
Since you're here anyways,
I think it works actually.
can I ask you one more thing? You know, I just want to confirm one of the class trial rules.
I see. As expected of you, you're very strict about games.
Considering how often you add fucking new rules, I need to be. I don't want to consider this possibility at all, and I don't even want to think someone would do this. If 2 cases occur at once, what happens if there are 2 killers?
Huh?
So,
Like I said, I'm talking about the possibility that Ibuki and Hiyoko were killed by 2 different people. That would mean that 2 killers exist at the same time, but we can only vote for 1 person, right?
I am concerned.
If we can only choose one based on majority vote, then the other person can certainly achieve victory.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
So what happens in that case? What about a case where there's 3 incidents instead of 2? Or if 4 incidents overlap one another?
Silence!
Shut up! It's okay. I'll make extra sure something like that does not happen.
Incompetence. Can't even run a death game properly. Meaning 2 killers can't exist at the same time, so it's safe to say that applies to this case too, right?
Yeah.
I don't like
All right, fine, that's right. There's always one killer at any given time. Even if they had an accomplice, I'd have you figure out who the mastermind is. Man, I ended up giving you a huge hint. She made me say it. Crafty gamers.
I
Gamer
can't.
brains are not to be underestimated. I should just shut up and get back to my cave.
He's got a cave?
I see. So there's no possibility that two killers to exist at the same time. With this, I guess that narrows things down a little.
Yep.
Yep, that makes things a little easier. I can't believe he was that easy
Look.
to fucking manipulate.
Plus, if the killer can kill a maximum of 2 people,
Taste your powerlessness!
it means a third victim would be impossible. Imitation murder breakthrough. You guys keep saying that, and it sounds strange to me. What do you guys mean by imitation?
Star,
Could it be you haven't seen it?
Seen it? Seriously, seen what?
how uncultured could you be? Like I said, that's a movie.
When we first arrived to explore this island, Monokuma was passing out invitation tickets. Then the imitation is...
Good instinct.
Of course, it is an imitation of that movie.
Well,
Well, based on the murder this time, it closely resembles that movie, as if they were copying it.
As if they
No
copied
originality.
the movie. I see. Nagito mentioned something like that. He's going somewhere. To the movie theater.
you...
I see. So you haven't seen it. Still, it's not too late, I think. It's probably a good idea if you watch that movie before the class trial starts.
So
Maybe
much
we-
for $1 million.
I need to do that.
Then I should get going too. There are other places I want to investigate.
Where do you intend to go next, Chiaki?
Probably the hospital for sure. The first victim, Ibuki, was there. I don't know what was going on at the hospital in the first place.
You are right.
Next to the despair disease, we could not go there for some time. She's right. It might be good for me to investigate the hospital too. There might be clues related to Ibuki's death. For clues related to Hyoko's death, I should try going over to the motel. There are still a lot of things I can do before the class trial, so I'll definitely give it my all until the end.
You know, Phantom, given the fact that we're big gamers now because of playing this game, I guess you're right. Leave that a gamer to get things done. You can't rely on the normies. Stupid normies, they wouldn't understand.
So how are you guys?
I'm doing
Fine.
great.
Movie time!
The Wizard of Monami.
There we
Wait,
go.
is this
There goes the money. All the money we could have spent.
Why, hello there, Hajime. I knew you'd come here. That means you noticed it too, right? The case this time is an imitation case, in which the killer used the movie as their theme. I wouldn't know, I haven't watched the movie yet.
I see.
I see. Then you should definitely watch this movie first.
Hey!
Hey manager! A customer's here!
Did you call me?
Yeah! Did you call me?
What?
Huh? Hajime's the customer. Do you have a problem with that?
What are you gonna do?
Oh, but you said you didn't want to watch it. But I knew you wanted to see it all along. If that's what Tsundere Hajime looks like, then you're really a tough guy. You were so devoted with being a tsundere that you even bought a Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million.
Huh?
You paid $1.5 million for a sticker? Nothing.
Listen up.
In exchange for not watching, Hajime paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker. Come on, since we're talking about it anyway, why don't you show it to Nagito? Stop it. But my resistance was in vain, and Monokuma reached into my pocket and took the sticker. See, it's this one! Sorry, I was born stupid.
That's
You bought this for $1.5 million? But in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie and be ridiculously in debt. Who cares anymore? Just hurry up and give me an invitation ticket.
Oh,
Yay! You go! It already said on the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today at this time. By the way, I can only give you one ticket per person. You can only have one chance to watch it for free. I've already stamped today's date on the ticket, so you won't be able to cheat. Don't worry, I only plan to watch it once.
Look forward to it, okay?
Then I'll go prepare the projection reel. Please wait a bit, okay?
hey.
Ah, Hajime, about the invitation ticket. I strongly recommend you keep it safe. Why? No reason. Think of it like a protective charm. You got a movie ticket. I guess I should wait until Monokuma finishes preparations.
Impossible.
Hajime, I can't believe you bought that thing. And you paid $1.5 million for it, too.
Oh my! Wait, I know. It's proof that we weren't the killer because we never saw the movie.
But even if you said you could have settled it with money to get out of seeing the movie, you've said you would. I mean, you're right. But that means I would have had to buy that thing, you know? Just leave me alone. Can I get snacks? If I'm gonna suffer, can I at least have snacks?
We're already $1.5 million in debt. What's another $25 for
I'm
popcorn?
still in the middle of preparing! Don't rush, don't rush.
Are you sure?
Hasty boys get hatred, you know. They might even get hatred of boy bears too, you know. You can hate me all you want.
Poor Hajime.
That reminds me, that
You know
item should
what?
be on top.
This is how Hajime ends up in a maid outfit.
The one that looks like a tote bag made of hemp cloth with a decal of Monami's face on it. The tote bag is gone. That means...
Someone
this?
bought it.
Hello there. Are you interested in buying that tote bag?
Too bad.
Well, that's too bad. It's already sold out. Who did you sell it to?
You're so stupid.
Stupid. There's no way I'd fall for that. There's no way I'd say something that reveals who the killer is.
Oh my God! What?
So the killer bought it.
Shocking.
I remember you said that only one because it's a limited item, right? Yeah, well, it's not limited to one. It's more like it's limited to one person. What's the difference?
Hey.
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes. For some reason, hearing you say that pisses me off.
Well, now.
Now then, I should forget that I carelessly made a slip and accidentally revealed more information. And it looks like the preparations are complete, so please go into the movie theater right away.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
This is exciting! Exciting!
There's only one killer, and that one killer has the tote bag. But there's also a second tote bag.
I apologize for keeping you waiting. World-famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced American audience to tears. The Wizard of Monami 2.5D will leave screening shortly. From that title alone, I have a bad feeling about what 2.5D is. Sounds kind of half-assed. Well, don't say that,
Well-
Hajime. That's what your entire world's made out
We're
of.
playing a 2.5D game.
Robin, please relax and enjoy the film.
Okay.
I've never
No,
seen a character. I've never seen a character diss their own game vault.
No, I think this is 3D.
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates.
Getting
One
level
day,
high.
Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise, and was whisked away to Monami's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change. So he began his journey to see the wizard, Monami, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires.
Echo.
Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide, the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died.
Huh?
He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows. He also met a Monami tin man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron. After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monami, the great and powerful. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami. And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her. With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury. And he lived happily ever after. The end.
Oh man, movies are the best. That trauma was so moving. And I need 2 boxes of tissues, one for each head.
So,
Now then, let's meet again at the class trial.
bye.
Goodbye, bye, bye. Get out of the theater.
You know what, Kenny? Sure. Still better than Michael Bay.
I'm too disgusted to even let out a sigh right now. That's all I can say to describe the situation.
Let me pause you for a second, Bomber.
Okay.
There's the perfect thing over there. Read it.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm pulling up the stream again so I can read comments.
You want me to read it out for you?
No, I got it. I just need a minute to pull it back up. Hajime, remind me to never put you in charge of our future shared bank account. Why would we have a shared... You know what? No. Never mind. Don't answer that. Don't answer that question. Anyway. How was it? Actually, I don't even need to ask. I totally expected your reaction. That was honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Is it okay to even call that a movie? It was like 1 minute long.
Well,
But thanks to that movie, now you know, right? Yeah. Just like you said, the characters who were killed in the movie matched the victims in this case. Kabuki's death matched the Scarecrow's death in the movie. And Hyoko's suspended body matches the lion's death.
but
It would have been a complete imitation if the killer killed 3 people, but it seems that wasn't possible. Perhaps the killer is upset about that right now. Or, if the killer's main goal was to make it an imitation murder, they should be upset about it. But I'm not sure that's true. You got the Wizard of Monami! Let's leave.
Yes. That was possibly one of the worst movies I've seen. Actually, it's probably one of the best movies I've seen.
No stars.
No stars. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do for this? I'm gonna do an avowed. This was possibly the worst movie I've ever seen. It gave me PTSD. Thumbs up.
I just remembered, I've never actually been inside any of the rooms of the motel. Plus, I don't even know where Hyoko's room is. Might be faster just to ask someone. Hey, Hiko.
Damn right.
Yeah, Hajime, can you explain it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? Well, it was the same as when I found you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made, so that's why I went to go get you guys. I met up with Chiaki at the motel, and when we were about to go back to the music venue,
I get it.
you met up with Mikon and me. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for some reason.
I see.
So we'd have no choice but to break down the door and discover Hyoko's body was suddenly there too. Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey,
So here's the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who did you see besides Chiaki? If I recall, it was Monami and Gundam.
I see.
I see. So Kazuichi and Sonia didn't appear, huh? You think those two are suspicious?
Like,
Well, Yoko was killed between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? So obviously those two are the most suspicious since they weren't with us. I mean, that might be it, but... But while we're at it, let me tell you my alibi, too. When the morning Monokuma announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. I saw Mikon panicking in front of the hospital, and I asked her what was going on. She said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
well, yeah.
While we were circling around the island, we came around the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anyone else while you circled the island?
Well,
Nope. We went to the movie theater, to that street full of machines to look for Ibuki, but we didn't see anyone. Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into people? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time that Mikon and I were on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't that long. In that short of time, there's no way I could have killed Yoko and wrapped her up around the pillow with duct tape. Yeah, I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that even after I left the music venue. But
Yes.
the fact Yoko was killed, and we did discover her body,
huh?
do you still doubt me?
Jeez.
Look, I'm used to it. It's true I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for, but... Don't worry. Even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. Want to know in advance that what I have to do to end up like that. Oh, wait, no. I want to talk to Gundam.
Gandhi!
So you have.
You're here, right? Come on out. Are you talking to me? I see you. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that? I wasn't hiding in the first place. I walked up to you like a normal human being. Which room was Yoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear. You might even want to bring an extra pair of underwear. So, does this guy talk to his parents and teachers like that, or...?
You know what, Kenny Lover, I don't know if Fuyuhiko is the average Yakuza or a wannabe Yakuza.
It's locked, but the key inside of her kimono, maybe I can use this. It worked. Just as I thought. This is Hyoko's room key.
I wonder why they decided to mirror the motel sign.
So,
What?
Hyoko was staying here. They only stayed here nights, but it doesn't really feel like a room, but I do feel conflicted. How did... Oh, I was about to say, Sonia, how did you get in here? And she came in behind us. Huh? Did the door open? Yeah, Hyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used that to open it. I see. Did something happen? No, it's just... I'm starting to believe it might be my fault.
Okay. Is that
What
a
do you mean?
confession? Can we vote on you?
Hey, look.
No.
Yay.
Ugliest thing ever.
You know what? That's Raiden stealth mode. Raiden incognito.
The moment Hyoko came out of the motel, she completely shut out. The moment Hyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of the despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys too, right? However, her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in this room. She had another reason. Besides the disease, what other reason would make her lock herself in the room?
Perhaps.
Her kimono. Her kimono? Yesterday, I went to go talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door of her room locked, but by coincidence, it was not locked at the time. And then I saw it. Hyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash. She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower, and then she could not tie the sash anymore. Mahiru is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie... Oh, wait. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie the kimono. Huh.
You are right.
The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Hyoko told me that she had learned how to tie her sash from Mahiru. That Mahiru kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiru taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did. What did you say?
Hugo, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono? Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own. If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
And then she was kicked out. And then she kicked me out.
It cannot be.
Could it be Hyoko remembered that? Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can see that happening. Hyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room key inside of her kimono. I can't imagine she was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Or was someone listening in on your conversation? I never told this to anyone. I do not believe anyone was listening to our conversation. No one knew. If that's the case, how did the killer know Hyoko was going to the music venue? Something's wrong.
first star
Oh,
strip
I still got
rough is
that.
done.
The bed's not messed up. It looks like she. It doesn't look like she was abducted in her sleep.
Well, it's not hard. It's not hard.
There's a mirror.
considering
It's all and rusty. There's no way anyone can use this. I don't see anything that looks suspicious. There's no sign that someone had made a mess of her room, so I don't think she was forcibly abducted. I feel like I really can't find an important clue.
I put the progress. The first star strip rough is in the voice chat.
the vent. Oh, it's not. TV?
I think they just wanted us to check to see, hey, definitely not abducted. As if you didn't get that.
Star, that sign there. It's a back. It's a
Where?
mirror.
Oh, right. The
Oh.
sign's just backwards.
Huh. No, I think maybe
If you
because
go-
no, maybe because the sign. Wait, maybe because the signs on this side and the other side is just they didn't like make another version of the sign.
Yeah, but
Man, that
that's
pig
just.
is still not dead.
No, because the sign points at the motel, but then when you're on the inside, you're on the other side of the sign. And so what it is, they just made the art flipped for some reason, which is weird.
The hospital. Hey, Kazuichi, how's it going? You prefer the surveillance camera unit, right?
Hey, hey!
Yeah, so I didn't make any weird modification or anything. It's not like suspicious or anything, you know.
Didn't you get this from that shady-looking alley where all those machines were lined up?
Right!
I mean, yeah, I just tweaked it a little bit.
Then if there's any other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from one of those cameras too?
Man.
Nah, it's impossible. Originally, the surveillance cameras and surveillance monitor were used as part of the same unit. The video that was filmed at the hospital cam can only be viewed on the on a hospital monitor. Okay. Wait, I read this.
Oh,
Hey,
But if I left it
Sorry.
like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate. So I decided to swap the cameras.
so
That-
that's how you were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue, vice versa.
However, each surveillance unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera, if you bring the same model camera and monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal. I don't know why I
Meaning,
struggle.
even if the camera exists, it's impossible to broadcast
I
with
don't
it.
know how I struggle with that. However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it.
You're right. You did work on it.
By the way, Kenny Lover also wants to contribute.
Oh, let me read. Give me a second. What's the comment this time?
Hajime, why isn't it possible? Kazuichi. Just
Wait,
not.
why are you
Hajime,
reading it?
Why?
No, let Bomber do it.
Is it Kenny?
Yeah,
Lover?
Kenny Lover.
You know, I love the bonus scene of the Wizard of Monami, where I just come out of nowhere and then pull a Batman the Dark Knight.
No,
and
this
just
is the
broke
last
my-
one.
No,
Uh-oh, hold up, ban.
well, we got a spammer.
Wait. Can I ban? I can hide this user. I put you in
Yeah, do
timeout.
it.
No, timeout. 20-minute timeout. Goodbye.
Oh wait, it's
It's in YouTube.
Oh yeah, Bariska.
Yeah, I don't see it. Another from Kenny Lover.
You don't see it? Oh,
It's literally above Bariska. Okay,
above.
fuck it. I'm gonna take a screenshot and post it in.
Oh, it's because it was in top chat. Here we go. Up to live chat. Maybe now you can see it. Kane Lover says for Hajime.
in YouTube streaming.
Oh, here it is. Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
Ah.
Okay.
Okay, maybe you weren't able to see it because it was set to like top chat instead of live chat. I fixed it.
I got you.
I don't know. I still don't understand the difference between those two.
I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's only really been a few days.
Okay. There's a surveillance camera unit on top of the reception desk. As long as the music venue surveillance camera unit is destroyed, it's impossible to broadcast with this.
Hajime.
Hey, Hajime, there's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue, right? But why did you go to the music venue? You had a reason for that, right? Did you see something on this camera?
That's right.
Oh, I also wanted to ask you that.
I also want to see that. It'd be
Oh,
different
sorry.
if the surveillance camera couldn't record, but it's only good for hospital purposes. Okay.
Hey.
Tell me, Hajime.
Yeah, that's exactly
Oh,
it.
wait,
I saw
so-
a strange
Actually,
the
forgot.
surveillance camera unit. It showed a music venue stage with a black curtain hanging there now. The whole display was dark, and they were using candlelight. There was a rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that, a stepladder on the floor. Then right away, a person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but now I must have known it must have been Ibuki. She walked to the stepladder without a hesitation. She climbed the stepladder of her own free will, and then she grabbed the rope, and that's all I saw. The candle being used must have snuffed out or something, because the screen went dark all of a sudden. I wasn't displaying anything anymore.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up.
Star.
Okay, modern surveillance cameras have infrared function, so things can still show up in the dark. But the one I got from the machine alley was a really old model. Oh no,
Oh, hold on.
Well,
it's the meme! Mukuro Ikusaba, the secret 17th student. The one who killed Ibuki is still hiding on the island. Watch out for her.
I mean, it's better than the joke that I used to have with my friends, which was, we just blamed every murder on the ghost of Leon. It's only Leon!
At the time, you said you didn't know the person wearing the hemp bag was Ibuki, right?
Yeah.
You didn't know it was her, but you saw she was trying to hang herself. So you rush over to music when you try and stop her.
But I didn't make it in time.
Hey.
You know, if she climbed the stepladder on her own, doesn't that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she's her own killer?
Buki committed suicide. What do you think, Chiaki?
There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the stepladder on her own, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt.
If so,
I mean, if someone took advantage of the gullibility disease, I think that could be counted as murder.
Star.
Hey, don't think for so long. If you don't know, just be honest about it.
Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure this out so easily.
She's angry. She's upset.
You've questioned her gamer skills. You will die.
We're gonna test the theory that there can't be two murderers.
Oh yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there.
She ran away all of a sudden. I didn't say anything weird, did I?
But why would she want to go to the conference room all of a sudden? Might be overthinking it, but did she seem upset? Oh, hey, Akane, how's it going?
Now then.
I'm finally getting back to my normal selves. Hajime, help me out with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win. No,
No thanks.
you can't touch boobs with no hands.
She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling some after effects. I'm a horrible person. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Why are you here?
At least he's smart.
Well, I've never been sick or I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea. But really, what? Hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I think I might keep wearing one.
Don't tell me you're going to wear hospital gowns from now on.
That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. Looks like there's only one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty rooms. Oh wait, does that what?
There aren't any gowns?
Yo.
Yeah, that's right. Ibiki died wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagato's wearing. If I had no choice, I should just use Nagato's. It's a unisex size, that'd probably fit.
What about the one you were wearing? What happened to the one you were wearing?
But I saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross. You can wash it.
Wearing clothes someone else was wearing is even grosser.
Now time to dilly dally. I totally left Mikan back at the music venue. Well, I can't anymore. Crap! I gotta go back soon.
Well, it's okay since I already did the music venue, so I'm gonna leave her on guard duty. Oh wait, it's okay. I already investigated the music venue, but leaving her on guard duty was a terrible idea. So I will point out there are 4 hospital rooms.
So that means
There is a robe.
There are 4 gowns.
She couldn't find one.
So that means that someone took the extra robe. Oh, oh.
Yeah. Also, remember the bag. What the bear said.
It's pitch black and I can't see anything. Where's the switch?
Hey.
Oh no. ASMR, gamer girlfriend whispers in your ear.
Turn it down.
No!
What? Jockey, are you there?
That was a joke!
If you turn on the light, it's gonna be fully exposed. It'd be embarrassing.
Are you talking about the...
What's fully exposed?
Are you developing something?
Hey, Hajime. If you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What you gonna do? Are you gonna poke them out?
I'm not going to poke out my eyes.
Aww.
Aww. Bummer. Troll failed.
No sooner did she said saying that, I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. And the flood and slash of intense lights that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light.
Troll failed.
And I saw Chiaki had finished opening the curtain that was covering the window.
Hey, hey.
Were you surprised?
Surprise? I don't get it.
Well,
I got it.
Don't what?
see?
The curtain in this conference room are designed to completely block out light.
Hmm.
There's a projector in here, so they were probably careful about light shining through.
See?
See, a black curtain that blocks light, and it's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect.
Black light-looking curtain. That's why it was dark. So what's wrong with it?
Wait, isn't this the curtain?
She's not happy.
I'm still in the middle of investigating,
Oh, she doesn't know.
so it's a secret.
Yeah, she's upset. But still, what was all that about? That bit about it being embarrassing if I took a look and troll fail?
Nope.
I just wanted to mess with you.
You people are dead!
Yeah, she's upset. Why is she acting so childish? Okay, I'm done investigating the hospital. I should move on to a different place.
No?
No!
You're not giving us any time!
Oh, how's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! The class trial's gonna start, you know? So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP! I'll see you soon!
This is the first time you didn't give us enough time to explore everything.
Well, it's already time. This again. Need to go to that place again. But now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Buki and Hyoko became victims in order to find the truth. The only thing I could do is go. No! The Monokuma! It's up there in the ceiling!
Go back. Just go back and get it.
I can't.
No! Monokuma!
I've got this item. It's fine. You don't get anything fun for finding all the Monokuma. It's kind of a dumb reward. I forget where Monokuma Rock is.
Guess
There it
what?
is.
I never knew in the first place.
Monokuma Rock!
What? Monokuma rocks? Hell yeah, you got good taste. Here, have $1. Here, have a sticker.
Monokuma Rock. Soon enough.
Welcome!
Is everyone here? Did you guys want to go to the class trial?
Wait!
You jerk! Hold it right there!
Monomi's such a dumb
What?
child.
Don't get in my way. You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells.
Hey!
My brain works just fine, thank you very much.
Hey!
Monokuma, what did you do with Nekamaru?
I see. So you've come to avenge him.
A witch? Yeah, it sounds like he died.
Sounds like you say. Oops.
Anyway.
Anyway, since Nekomaru is unfortunately unable today, let's just say he's absent.
Bye-bye.
Now then, I gotta go first.
I won't let you.
Hold on, I won't let you escape. Get punched.
Hey!
Hey, did you hear what she said?
Huh?
Don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru is dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn it!
Of course he's not dead. There's no way. Not in a million years.
Well,
More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nekomaru will die.
Except. Why are you so excited about that?
how about it?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice
What do you yearn?
What are you saying, V? You'll find out soon enough.
See?
Come on.
No, sorry. Then let's go.
I'm gonna do it!
Alright, let's hurry up and get this over with.
Yeah, you're right. Monokuma Rock! Roar!
I don't appreciate that.
We stepped on the escalator and ascended the gaping jaw of Monokuma Rock. That's when I noticed it. I noticed our lineup of silhouettes were getting smaller and smaller. But I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. And then everyone was inside Monokuma Rock. Elevator!
I wonder what the trail's gonna look like today.
I wonder.
Oh,
Over
the
the
bear
minute.
took a shit.
Sent as well. But no one said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. And when it descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped. The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so. Light poured through the other side, eroding boundaries of the darkness. I walked into that place. Woohoo! Yeah, it feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats.
Well, two people got killed at the same time and Nakamura's not here either.
Hey!
Is Nakamura really not boss meeting? If he's alive, you should invite him. At least you call him.
No.
Why bother?
What?
I mean, he didn't even do any investigating, so why should he be at the trial? It's not like he can contribute anything.
Well now.
Now then, let's begin. It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy to your heart's content. And so the curtain on the third class trial was about to open. Ibuki Miyoda, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away, usually replaced with confusion and absolute shock. Yoko Saionji, the ultimate traditional dancer. Just from looking at her adorable face, you'd never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself, and she was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahiru's death. The person who killed those two is among us. I definitely can't believe it. But whatever I believe it is now, whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape this hell. And that's why I must find out, no matter the cost. For our sake. For our friends' sake. For Ibuki and Hyoko's sake. And so the curtain of the third class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial building with hope and despair had begun. Saving. Trial time!
To go. How long do you think we can hit the midpoint?
Explanation of the class trial.
We got
During the
45
class
minutes, maybe
trial,
not.
You will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I will punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't
really have a
grasp of how the case played out.
He can't do anything about it.
Because I was asleep the whole time.
He did it previously.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
In the last trial, I think it was.
I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Excuse me?
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up.
The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Motivation of an idiot.
Anyway,
Yes.
Agreed.
proceed with the trial of those who can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other five on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from the symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital alone. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a headbag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the headbag on my head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then, I noticed Ibuki was gone. So, I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran to Fuyuhiko. So I pled with him, in various ways, to see if he could help me out.
Various ways? Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the headbag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's, and not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so, we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the headbag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki. So that's how the case played out. Thank you.
I understood it very easily. Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who?
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Huh?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Oh, this is why he said the whole other ticket.
Obviously. So you can make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you. Do you doubt me? If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
The movie ticket.
Yeah. As Kazuichi said, Nagito's the kind of guy who will confuse us and make matters worse. Damn it. I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. Trouble now, thanks to that. Make your argument.
Yep, well, it's the ticket.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
Hajime's testimony is a lie.
No.
Nope.
And the fact that Ibuki hung herself.
That would also be a lie. I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
that is
true,
true.
that's true.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were in the movie.
Yep, impossible.
No, that's wrong.
Break.
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
You asshole.
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes. No mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happened in the movie? Of course no one did, right? Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation and also provide a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important, especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway. Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the
Okay,
argument.
it's getting worse.
So this means Ibuki definitely
What's getting
echo-
worse?
The echoing.
her all by herself, right?
What echoing?
All the characters that echoes through your mic. For some reason, your mic is picking it up. Well, MMM, I'm glad you took a crap. That's healthy for your body. Expose that toxins. I mean, get rid of those toxins.
How about...
I don't know why, but specifically during a class trial when all the characters are talking, it
I
echoes.
tried.
It doesn't do
Voice-
it any other time. It's specifically just this. Nothing
Okay.
else echoes for you. Just this.
Trying this.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Is that better?
I don't know. Let me see.
And that seals it. Ibuki committed suicide.
Keep going.
Sorry.
Keep going. I need to raise the volume in here.
Committed suicide. Then who killed Kyoko?
Murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
I don't think the voice echoing, but now the music's too loud. I'm sorry.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Audio is just the worst possible thing.
Let's try one notch.
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is.
It's echoing, but not as badly.
Okay, cool.
The killer murdered Kyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Kyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible. That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
I don't know why, but it's specifically Sonia who's the worst. Everyone else is better.
Which
All
means
right.
When we broke down the venue
The
door,
track may be doing push to
the
talk.
killer was still inside.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two, Sonia and Kazuichi.
Me too?
What the hell? Why is it gonna be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru. Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you? Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall. Is this his professional skill?
Killer is inside the music. Thanks. Is that really it? Make your argument! Semi-transparent glob.
The killer is still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside.
Yep.
Wait, hold on.
It's not that one.
Keep us from getting in.
The glob, you have to bring that up.
They were trying to
No.
stall for time.
Locking door from the inside, you have to bring up the glob. Oh, here we go. You're right, actually. Oh my
That
god.
door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Yeah, MMM. There's a lot of echoing. Sonia's just the worst, but it's
Doesn't agree.
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door.
the broken drumstick,
By
right?
doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited until we gathered together
No.
and suddenly appeared.
Also no.
It's a drumstick.
They look like they had just rushed over. I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Okay, so wait, which shoot?
It's the broken
That person's
drumstick.
not-
When he brings
Shoot.
the broken drumstick, you have to mention the
The killer was
the
still
goo.
inside the music venue.
There's only 2 points of shooting.
Locking the door from the inside.
Oh
That one.
no,
that's wrong.
no. I think what you need to do. Oh, was that correct?
That was correct.
Okay, I thought you had to
There's
steal
also
the
a possibility that
drumstick.
The door was locked from the outside.
From the outside. How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
It wasn't rubber at all. It was glue!
Glue!
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue. Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness, and I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
In my
Based on
mouth.
all that, I'm certain it was glue. I didn't know glue was edible.
Don't you get ideas?
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly. But if
So
it
it's a
was
locked
stuck
room,
together
but a
with
locked
the
room where the killer, not in the lock.
found the door easily, you know? That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose?
Yes.
Then I totally fell for that fucking trap. Apologize to Miss Sonia.
And me! However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So,
Sure, that'll help.
10 minutes Hajime left the venue. The killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space.
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue,
Wait, what did she say?
they must have done it earlier than that.
Earlier?
Wait,
When
hold up.
Hajime
What did
got
she
to the
say?
venue, only Ibuki's body
She's
was
saying
there,
she
right?
couldn't possibly have been that fast.
And when you went back with everyone else, Hyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hyoko was actually killed earlier. Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
A scrap of paper that was stuck to the... Ooh. No. Hangman's Gambit. Wallpaper. Wallpaper? Wallpaper. Wallpaper?
I mean, wallpaper is the only word long enough.
Okay.
Wallpaper. Definitely.
Okay, not that one.
Oh, it's not wallpaper?
It is.
Oh,
I
that
just
that
did
was
the-
an M.
I'm trying to remember the controls. Okay, so there's a couple of
Fair
E's,
enough.
a lot of P's.
It's been a few weeks.
I need an A. Is that an A? That is an A. Wall. What? Oh wait, I needed that. Shit. Yep. Yeah, just give me an E.
E.
Now
Bottom
give me
left.
an R. Yes.
I don't like this mini game.
Oh, absolutely. It got so much worse.
Scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper?
It was okay when it's like 5 letters or something.
In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so,
You're right. You overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting, tear in the wallpaper.
Hold on. I'm sending you 2 things, Star.
4. Oh, is it a reference to Mikan Thunderbat? I already know what it is.
No, that's not what it is. It's because they're magazine covers, tag things.
Oh, the name. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Anyway, that's what I think. But if you got something better, go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
See,
One
it
second.
fits perfectly.
Here we go.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper,
Ninja Boy, I don't know why Monomi is glowing. I hope she's dead.
The scrap of paper stuck to the baton lighting was part of the found the store.
So I
That's gonna
have completed 2-star strip roughs. Pretty
Yeah.
nice roughs. Doing prep up
If I
before the
trace-
stream is a good idea, I guess.
back from there. The answer should become clear. All right, time to give it a try. It's time to snowboard.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I still think this is the funniest mini game.
Whee! Okay, everyone shut up. I'm doing some snowboarding in my mind.
Everybody, shut up! It's time for me to go into my mind palace, or should I say, my mind snowboard course.
Okay,
Have you,
Star, first question. Why did Hyoko's body suddenly appear at the scene of the crime?
It was hidden.
Okay, let's see.
That's correct.
Whee! Speed up. Speed up.
I'm excited. Give me the second question.
Whee! Snowboarding. Question 2. What did the killer use to hide the body?
Wallpaper.
Okay. You get one more.
Haha! I'm winning!
No, you get one more.
Wait, was that wrong?
There's 3 questions in every logic dive. And I think sometimes 4, but I
Kubo's
don't...
sleeping!
Bye, Kobon. Number 3. How did the killer hide the body with wallpaper?
They formed a wall. They formed a wall. They covered a pillar.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you gave me the answer.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of why you were going with that.
I don't know.
You know where it was.
Ninja
You saw
Bond,
where
I
it
prefer
was.
the Sonic Mine mini games. Dude, remember that game? That Sonic game we played? Who Killed Sonic the Hedgehog? That was so amazing.
Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there.
You see, it is slightly bigger.
Then the other one, yeah, you're right.
However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on it.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
The crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Money 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
So, Star, why do they imitate me?
1 second. To mix with the Kling order.
I see.
imitated two of the murders from the movie, was so we'd mix up the killing order.
Then Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
Yeah. She feels no emotion. You are nothing to
The
her.
only emotion I feel is anger.
Gamer anger.
Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
He just lives in his own little world.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
They're having a jerk off. I'm kidding. Can't you say it like that?
They're having a jerk off. No, we say it like that here.
Self, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather.
Self.
Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Okay.
Man,
Okay.
it's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You don't want to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're gonna be talking in circles. I think it's best to clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed.
Yeah, well, she's got blood on her feet, so blood came from somewhere.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Correct.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Yeah, well, we're gonna present it.
See her walking?
No.
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Yes,
I agree.
I consent.
I consent to this jerk off.
Just as Sonia said,
Oh, no.
Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries. Then it's Hiyoko's blood.
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood,
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye.
Oh no, why are you saying this? Why are you angry?
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? I show you how serious I am. This world might be destroyed, you know.
He's insane.
You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
What's he trying
Rebuttal showdown.
Hold up.
The smudge on the floor.
Ninja Bot, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Oh, he's right! There was no blood on the floor. That means he would die of his mode somewhere else.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away
Really?
afterward.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Yes, I do.
Really?
If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
when the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, They probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it. And the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding. Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far. Aside from Miko, none of us were aware of that fact. So the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
But who would know that?
I didn't know the time of death because of the heater.
The time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right?
I think
Decided. Hyoko was
I think Mikon might be the murderer.
It appears
What makes you say that?
it is wiser
I
to
mean,
retreat
who
from
else would know about the body, about the, the autopsy being messed with by the heater?
Didn't she say that?
Yeah, no, but
There's
she
no
said that
dissent in
after the
upholding
murder.
one's
Who
convictions.
would notice before the murder?
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume
Also, she's the one who had access to all the who had access to Ibuki the whole time.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Oh, great. More investigating while doing the trial.
Again? Didn't something like this happen last time too?
Yeah, he's really good at it.
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Mommy.
Nagito, what do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right? That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with! She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive!
What?
When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made a move and messed with the crime scene.
She hanged herself! Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that!
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to
Wait, is Koban asleep?
Yes, I told you
No.
earlier. He's snoozing off.
No, I'm here. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I
I've
just
been
heard
hearing-
snoring.
Sorry.
Yeah,
One
we
more
can hear
issue in the
you.
month.
If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, just
I'm a
what
bit,
was that video
stuffed up.
Hajime saw?
Oh, okay.
Huh?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that
I mean, you know what she was afflicted by.
plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place. But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Wait, but the projector. No, but that can't be possible.
The video Hajime saw was actually right?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time? Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
What an operation.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we have an alibi, right?
Oh, it does seem like... So, you just have a blocked nose, right? That's what's up. You're not snoring.
Like me and Akane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because one time you did fall asleep.
Right before the morning
Yeah.
announcement,
It just sounded the same.
I was totally sleeping in my motel
Yeah.
room.
Okay.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't
There
have
isn't
an
really much for me to do right now.
Fair enough. What's moving
So
up
I'm
and down?
just still.
My own cottage.
So,
Okay.
That's not an alibi.
Yeah.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease,
so I'm just laying here listening.
Wait.
No, that's wrong.
Break.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikon and I both have alibis.
you two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikon and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Yes, that was... Okay, listen here.
Hey, what kind of
Okay.
situation is that?
Shut up.
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime. Too much info.
Too much info.
It's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
Uh-oh.
It's better if we think about it like that.
What?
The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
MMM, I don't know if you're allowed to swear. You have to ask YouTube.
Before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
And despair girls? I believe so, yes.
It feels like Operation Destroy the
But not
Weakest Alibi
immediately.
has backed us into a
Not
crime.
immediately after.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was? Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process. Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
The killer had a different reason. Well, if that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us. And if so, then whose? What kind of trap is it? Hey, guess what, Star?
Yes?
We finished on time.
Oh my god, you're right.
Perfect.
Yeah! But first... Why, hello there, Mono! The moss balls sure look tasty today.
Of course you would eat them.
By the way, MMM, it looks like YouTube accepts I don't know if it'll get rid of you later, but it accepts for now. Sammy, don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. How could you do this to me?
And here's some chance time!
Yes, time!
Huh? What? What's that?
Now then, Monokuma's appeal time Monami's appeal time starts now.
Huh? Appeal time? What?
Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a red-haired stepchild who's boss.
That's 99% your fault.
While you were whining, your time's already running out. So please make your appeal simple. About 3,000 words, 30,000 words or so.
That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal.
Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way.
Then... I'm Asami, magical ultimate... Okay, wait. I'm Asami, magical miracle girl of Sami. I'm an itty bitty girl who's sweet like milk.
Milk
Jeez,
shouldn't be sweet.
I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment.
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever.
And you failed. -5 stars.
No!
No point.
The 5-star review! How could you do this to me?
Nope. How do I want to go. There we go.
Danganronpa.
So either way, we did our thing today. Hooray. What is that? You gonna say things to wrap this up, or say things?
You know what? Why not? So anyway, that's a pretty fun episode. We're in the middle of the trial so far. I don't know. I just feel like Mikan is just really suspicious. I mean, to be fair, Mikan is suspicious to begin with. That's just her default nature. But I feel like she's especially suspicious here because she is the one who had direct charge of Ibuki and could have directed Ibuki to do whatever she wanted. But the question is, why? Why would she want to do that? What is her motive possibly going to be? As a doctor, as a nurse, like, she doesn't have anything to do with murders like this. Oh, Ninjabot, no, what have you done, Ninjabot? Okay, hold up.
Oh no.
Chiaki and Nagito giving Mikan a side eye.
I told you it's not like that.
Yeah, I was just holding his head in my chest.
Please, Mikan, shut up. Execute her.
Her or him? Interesting choice, though. For now, anyway, thanks so much for being here. It's been a great time. So, I got half the sketch done for this particular piece right here. In fact, let me just move this one. The Ninja Bot. This is the art. This art, which is temporary work in progress, whatever it is, right? It's for Akane and the femboy joke. But on the Star Strip point of view, I'm pretty glad that I've gotten like these two done. So this second piece actually was inspired by some art of Mikan which Bomber sent me, but I basically, you know, Mahiru. Out of Mahiru which Bomber sent me, but I've, you know, made changes, creative changes.
Okay.
Anyway, for now, it's been a great time. I hope to see you guys later. Eventually, these will be done, probably. But for now, goodbye! How do I stop the stream? Bye! Hopefully see you next time.
Yep.
Wait, hold on, what do you mean? Wait, stop. Ninja Ball. What do you mean the first one is? First one's what? The one, this one? Well, this one's clearly, Kyoko's helping Maharu get, get changed for the photo shoot. Overeager.
Overeager. I like the little outfit you got her in, though. Little.
Oh, yeah. Go classy. So basically, we got a sailor shirt, and she's got suspenders on the skirt. Gotta keep the child nice and covered up.
Summertime.
Yeah.
You literally could just do an art piece drawing any character in any outfit.
Yeah. We could absolutely do that. And the game's only half done. We have time. Especially when we do Danganronpa 3, we can have a full other art series.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we're gonna do this from now on. We're gonna do this. Yeah, from now on we're gonna do this. I basically prepared a rough sketch of the pose before the stream, and so at the end of the stream we can actually get more done. For now,
my question to you.
Goodbye.
You know what we'll do next week? Yeah.
Next week. Do we have a plan?
It's MonsterCon.
MonsterCon next week. I'm excited. For now, goodbye.
Yeah.